Did I ever tell you the story about my Venus flytrap?
I don't think so. I mean, I used to just stab mine with toothpicks to watch them close. Yeah, they were stupid though.
When did yours die?
I never had anything to eat. So that's why I tried feeding it a piece of hamburger once, because I thought that's how that worked. Paul thought I was an idiot. Not that I remember. Probably died shortly after that.
See, okay, so what happened with mine was, you know, I don't know, I feel like there was a point in time when they were in a lot of stores, like, end caps and shit. Yeah. And, like, they were really pushing it hard, like, yeah, everyone's gonna want a Venus flytrap, and, like, I'll admit, they're pretty cool looking, but...
They're cool looking.
Yeah, but they're not very exciting to see.
And did you ever watch The Little Shop of Horrors? That was my idea of a fucking Venus flytrap.
You thought I was gonna have some big DSLs and sing to you?
No, but be active.
Yeah. No, I agree. Anytime I heard about a Venus flytrap, it was like, yeah, they, like, you know, slam their jaws shut, and it's so cool, and, like, they just close so slow.
They do, and it's like, this was super anticlimactic.
Well, and maybe it's like, maybe if there was a huge one or something, it would be better. Like, you know.
Like a mature Venus flytrap?
Yeah, like he'd be an apex predator, you know, like whatever. Catching, like, monkeys and shit. No. Well, you mean they don't get that big?
No. Yeah, the one that had fucking big DSL lips did.
You don't say DSL lips.
You know what? I just... My boyfriend had never heard of that term before. DSLs.
Really?
Until I said the term, because this girl on Snapchat's like, look at her DSLs! And it was like this little Asian girl with no lips. And it was just like, those aren't fucking DSLs. And Kyle, what are DSLs? It's like, they're on my face. Look at them.
Yeah. Oh, no, okay, so the Venus flytrap. So, my dad gets me one or whatever, and, you know, I'm very quick to discover that it's not very exciting. And, you know, you need to basically kill a fly and then drop it in there. And we didn't have a fly, but it hadn't eaten for a while, so we were having Taco Bell.
Alright.
So, we took some of that fucking dog shit food and just placed a little bit, and, you know, I wouldn't ever call their meat, like, spicy, but it isn't just, it's not a fly, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that killed it. So.
Yeah, I always would just taunt mine with a toothpick just to get it to close. And it's like, this is the slowest thing I've ever seen.
You know what's more entertaining than those? You know those plants that you can, like, touch the leaves and then they, like, fold in?
Oh, yeah.
Those are faster.
Or those flowers that open up at night or in the morning, specifically. Like, those are more entertaining to see that actually happen.
I don't know if I've ever actually seen one of those. I bet your mom has something like that, though, don't she?
I think she used to, but we have a bunch of them in the garden in my town.
Oh, yeah. You hear these kinds of things, you're like, wow, that's gonna be so cool. And then it totally sucks. That's like anything from childhood, like the commercials and shit that you see.
Slime!
Yeah! And it's just like, oh, it's just, okay, it's like little gack stuff, whatever.
Slime was very disappointing for me. Silly Putty was fun, though.
I like slime, but a lot of times it was kind of like, alright.
This is nothing, really.
Yeah, it was never quite as exciting as they made it seem. Or fucking moon shoes. Or, you remember those, what was it? They were, it's like skip hop or...
No, I know, the shit you put around your ankle that would leave a ring because it was the plastic was so sharp. Yeah. And then you'd end up hitting your other ankle with the ball because you didn't pick up fast enough.
Whack your ankle.
That's probably how I lost my fucking arch. Doing that fucking, not...
Yeah, I don't remember what they're called. But
skip something.
Everyone fucking...
And it counted them?
Yeah.
So everybody in the neighborhood would be trying to get more skips than you?
Oh my god.
Hop, skip, hop, something.
Skip bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it was too. It would fucking hurt you. That was around the same time as fucking Bop-Its were.
Oh god, you know what though? I would totally do that stupid skipping shit again though, just to see how many I could do.
I wouldn't. Or I remember too around that time, my brother had a pogo stick. Pogo sticks were big.
Oh, I remember pogo sticks.
Do kids still do that?
Not that I've seen.
I
have a lot of fucking kids in my building.
Yeah, I don't think that I've ever seen any kids around the neighborhood play with any of them, but I remember, like, a lot of kids back then.
Because there's too much technology now.
I guess, but
I'm gonna virtually do pogo stick on my DS.
And then go look at a bunch of internet porn.
Yeah. About pogo sticks getting shoved up people's asses.
dumbasses.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Fucking, I almost wasted $2,000 on some essentially pogo sticks. Like, okay, so you know those, like, stilts that are, like, they almost look like they're like that
They curve at the bottom? Yeah. So they kind of have that spring to the step.
And I was like, wow, that looks really cool. And I was, like, probably 19, so I had, I didn't have much for rent, and I was like, I had a lot of money a lot for that age at that time. Yeah. And I was like, I could actually make a big purchase. And then stupid me, I was looking at that kind of shit like, that would be kind of cool, though. And then I talked myself out of it because it was like, that's a bad idea. You don't need that.
Would have gotten so bored with them so quick.
Yeah, but I guarantee if I would have bought them then, I would probably still have them now.
And you could use them for cosplays, too.
They're kind of bulky, though. That's the thing, is I don't know if you could.
Because I think that's how some people did their Slender Man cosplays at the one con.
Yeah, but I don't know about, like, those specific kind of stilts. Yeah. Stilts, sure, but not necessarily those kinds.
Unless you want your Slender Man to have weird fucked up legs.
Yeah, fucked up bow legs. Kinda.
Have you seen the preview for the new Slender Man?
No, just knowing that it exists is enough.
Kyle was like, think we kind of ran through that phase already? And I'm like, eh.
I mean, there was Marble Hornets, which was, like, I don't know how long it went on. I stopped watching it after a while, but that was pretty entertaining.
The last time I watched it was when I punched Kaylin. Because she screamed and I just punched her out of reaction because she scared me.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember watching a lot of stupid shit.
We still watch stupid shit.
Yeah, but
like your fucking bee videos.
There's nothing wrong with Dr. Bees, alright? I can't help it. I like stupid internet videos. You know what's really sad is the other day I got nostalgic for YouTube poops. Not ironically either. It was like, oh no. But it makes me wish, like, man, I should have tried making some back then.
No.
They would have been terrible.
No, you shouldn't have.
Why? It would have been funny. Well, probably not, but I could have thought that it was funny. I did end up watching some, though. Just for old time's sake. As well as working, too. So I was just kind of giggling at it. I'm like, man, I really hope I don't get a fucking phone call right now. Because I always worry about that when I listen to funny shit. When I'm working is it's like, what if, like, what if something really funny happens and I start bursting out laughing and then at that exact moment my phone rings? Because then it's like...
You gotta stifle it.
Yeah, it'll be like that, you're back in class and you're fucking, like, laughing at the stupidest shit and your teacher is giving you that stern, like, constipated look. Like, don't you laugh. You know?
My favorite, I stopped into my restaurant work to do something. To get my keys. And one of my coworkers and I were talking, somebody asked me to move and I backed up. I almost fell ass backwards onto a bench and the phone rang right when they were, like, busting out laughing. They're like, thank you for calling. Trying not to laugh. I'm like, good job.
Have you ever answered your work phone and then said your old work's, like, phone message?
No, but she found a pig.
Oh, okay. I found it when we moved the dryer. And there was also a house centipede down there, and it was really scary. I mean, not scary in, like, the actual sense of scary, but, like, oh, God, get away from me.
Like when that fucking spider took over my car?
Yeah. I think house centipedes are worse than spiders, though. Like, I know that they're both good, and they get rid of the little, like, nasties in your house, but, like, fuck that.
They're all nasty. Y'all nasty.
They are. But...
You garbage.
Well, I don't know. I'll leave a spider alone the first time I see it, but if I see it again, then it's like, alright, fella. Like, I gave you your chance to get the fuck out of here.
They don't care. They don't give any shits.
No.
You let Teddy live upstairs.
Yeah, he's my bathroom spider.
He moved to the bathroom? I thought he was the kitchen spider.
No. Teddy Roosevelt is the bathroom spider. He's always Teddy Roosevelt. Even if it's a different spider, that's Teddy. No other spiders are named.
Ooh, I cracked my neck. You know what? I named one of my spiders Naraku.
Yeah. It's pretty fitting.
Yeah, I thought so.
Goodness. Did you ever watch, like, the rebooted, I suppose not rebooted, but, like, the continuation of that?
No. I never even finished the series.
For shame.
I know, especially because I was balls deep in Inuyasha when I was younger.
Yeah, didn't you, like, watch that one of the movies, like, over and over and over again?
Oh, I had all of them. I don't know what happened to all of them, but I had them all. Through the Looking Glass was probably the one that I watched nonstop.
You just wanted to be the, what, Kigome? Is that what the girl's name? You just wanted to be her, didn't you?
Yeah.
You
Just
get your
get
fucking
some
furry boyfriend to take you away to a magical land.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? And then you'd have the fucking, what's his tits? Let me have your babies.
Oh,
let me give you babies,
the
not
horny
have.
monk.
Yeah, what the fuck was his name? There's a bug on your wall by your thing right there.
Oh, he's just a little spider.
Blech.
Okay, I'll get rid of it. No.
Ugh.
He's gone.
Nasty.
You feel better?
Yeah, I'm glad you killed something for me.
There are a lot more. Maybe I shouldn't say this to you.
There's a lot more bugs down here than upstairs.
Yeah, so, okay. For people listening, I just recently moved all my shit down my basement since my roommate is not inhabiting this space anymore. And yeah, a lot more bugs. Not like there's like a ton or anything. Okay, that's a bad example. There's another one there. That's an ant, though.
So you put it on my blanket!
No, he was right there. I got him. I think. Nope.
No,
he's
still
there. Okay.
You're not giving it enough force. You gotta kill him.
Maybe I feel bad for him, okay?
I don't. I will murder them with full intent. First degree murder.
Did I tell you the time that fucking there was an entire ant trail to my trash can?
Yes,
outside?
you did.
God, that was fucking foul. Like that day I got some of that house spray and like sprayed everywhere. I was like, fuck this. This is not happening. But yeah, I had to like carry both. Because of course, you know, my roommate never fucking washed out the recycling. Like, she would empty a can and chuck it in there.
I'm sure she drank tons of pop, too.
No, she was too uppity for that. She would fucking, well, maybe uppity's not the right word.
She would go to McDonald's for her giant-ass pop.
Yeah, she wanted her pure fountain drinks because apparently it tasted so much different. It's like, how much pop are you drinking that is a factor for you?
I enjoy like, if I'm gonna drink pop, it's usually a fountain soda, because I feel like it's tastes
You also work in
fresh.
a restaurant, so you have access to it all the time versus, like, having to go through the drive-thru every single day. Not joking, every day.
And I'm also not a big pop person either, so...
It's just cheaper to buy in, like, a big thing.
It is. And that's like, a 12-pack can last me. I could drink maybe one a day, maybe one every other day, because I'm just not a pop person.
Thinking back to fucking the way that I grew up, I drank so much pop growing up. It was fucking gross. Same with milk, too.
You guys were nasty with your milk. You're gross.
I can't help it. Like, I'm so surprised.
Oh, you guys drank like 4 gallons a week.
No, it was more than that.
Oh, God.
Okay, to be fair, we had a large family. With teenage boys, teenage boys eat a lot of food.
Okay, even when we were in high school, and it was me, you, your dad, and
Kelly?
Yes. Yeah. And sometimes CJ would be there, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was always like 3 gallons of milk in there.
Yes.
Nasty.
Okay.
But this is also coming from someone who milk doesn't agree with, so...
Yeah, well, and the thing, I like hardly ever even drink it anymore. I eat cheese like nobody's business, but fucking, because I can't, I usually don't get milk, like, in a big gallon because it'll go bad. It's, you know, with just me drinking it.
I can't even drink a half gallon. I was very, very thirsty at home, and I was eating donut holes, and I drank half of a half gallon.
Why are you so thirsty and eating donut holes? Is there a reason for that? Did you just, like, work out and you were really...
Yeah, I was definitely, like, working out and satiating my hunger with donut holes and milk.
I knew it.
But, I drank, like, half of that half gallon.
Yeah.
My body hated me.
God. Did I ever tell... Okay, speaking of, like, disgusting things that we did in our past. Well,
we've done a lot.
Yes, but it's very related to this topic. So, do you remember in health class when we had to write down everything that we ate for that, like, week or whatever?
Probably.
Did you have to do that?
I remember you having breakfast, second breakfast.
Yes.
Lunch.
Yes.
Snack.
Yes. I know. Because, okay, so, yeah, it's basically counting calories, the assignment. It was, like, for a whole week, and they're like, even if you have just, like, 1 chip or 1 sip of pop, you need to count it down, because they, like, really wanted to instill that in you. And looking back, it's like, that was a damn good lesson, like...
Yeah.
Because I found out how fucking disgusting I am. And I will say, too, like, with my mom's metabolism and how much I fucking walked back then.
We walked everywhere.
Well, and not to mention that's, like, when I was dating that dude, I fucking walked to his house every day, which was, like, 3 fucking miles away, or whatever.
I remember one time you had me walk with you, and I'm just like, oh my God.
You had to go up the fucking hill.
Oh.
Yeah, Yeah, so...
And we walked on that janky-ass bridge. Okay,
yeah, that's
the bridge.
the
The bridge wasn't janky, but the situation was.
Well, yeah. That... Gosh, yeah. So, okay. No, so, thinking back, I just... Yeah, because I would have breakfast, and then I'd... Well, because I usually eat something at home, and then I'd go in early to school, and then eat, like, the free lunch there, or the free breakfast there, because I was poor. Like, that's the thing, is I was poor, but we had so much fucking food in the house. Like, how did we afford all that food? That is stupid. It's very stupid. Like, my dad is such an enabler. And, like, besides him, none of us were fat, either. It's like, how the fuck were we not...
Yeah, I don't...
Well, even then, it's not like he was even, like, hugely obese or anything, like...
No, and it's like, and at best, if your brothers were ever a little overweight, they had, like, respective dad bods. If even that.
Yeah, I mean, it just,
Like a little Dale Gribble pooch.
Yeah, a bit. So, fucking, yeah, so I'd do that, and then I'd go and get their fucking free lunch at school, and then I'd probably have, like, a snack, and then I would eat lunch, and then either another snack, or I was in foods classes, because I loved foods classes, because we got to eat. And then I'd get home, and have, like, a cup of ramen and a peanut butter sandwich, and then whatever the fuck later my dad was cooking for dinner, and then sometimes after that, like, a dessert. I ended up counting it out, and it was, like, I was eating, like...
Probably 6,000 calories.
Well, it was like between like 7,000 to 10,000 a day.
Jesus.
I know. I was like, holy shit. Oh. You don't think about it, and then it's just like, how the fuck was I not?
Well, just think about how many calories we ate with dinner and with our beers too.
This is a special occasion. All right, we haven't recorded for a really long time. Shout out to the listeners, the whole two of you.
Come on, I saw that there were some like 18 views on there.
Okay. Fair. But I think it still counts as a view, even if they click on, listen for a second, and go, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Does anyone understand how YouTube works?
YouTubers.
No, they don't.
Like the people that do the videos. Well, no,
No,
you
they
do the
don't.
videos and you don't understand. Never mind, I'm a liar.
No, like the headquarters of YouTube, maybe. But
You
even
know who
then, I
doesn't
don't know.
understand YouTube?
Who?
Paul Logan.
I think he very well does. Because he's like, yeah, I'm going to post whatever the fuck I want and be a little pretty boy that's probably balding.
He got in a new thing. I don't know, Snapchat was trying to tell me some...
Is it advertising him?
It was talking about some other bullshit he fucked up or something like that.
Of course it was.
But it wouldn't let me click on it because Snapchat was stupid, so I was like, alright, I won't.
Yeah, I don't Snapchat very often, but has it gotten better? I remember they did that update and then everyone was fucking pissed. It was like,
I've gotten used to the update, but sometimes when I want to click on, like, the Discover stories where, like, people who just have their, like, the popular snaps out, sometimes it won't let me watch them. It's like I'll click and it just doesn't do anything.
Okay, so I know some people use that for, like, camming type stuff.
Some women?
Yeah.
Some do, and you have to pay for those Snapchats.
Okay, so those wouldn't show up in the Discover, right?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'd be a little surprised if they did. I'd be like, oh.
Well, because, I mean, that raises the question if it's... I mean, I suppose at that rate it would just be, like, paid content doesn't show up there, but, again, I don't know, because I, like, hardly go on it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always surprised when you send me a Snapchat. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I try sometimes. I don't know, my mom got it, and she kept sending me them. She doesn't anymore, though, so I don't know if she still uses it or...
I don't think she does, because she added me. I don't remember if I ever added her back.
I don't know. My mom's weird with technology anyway. Well, as I'm sure, like, everyone's parent, most people's parents are.
My mom gave up on Snapchat because she couldn't remember her login.
Doesn't keep you log in.
Yeah, but she got a new phone.
Oh, and she just, like, reset it. Fuck that.
Yep, pretty much. So now if I have to send her anything, I have to send it to her in a message. And it's like, this would be so much easier than saving the snap, downloading it to my folders, and then sending it to you.
Why do you have to save it to your folders?
So I can send it to her without using Snapchat. Because when you save it, it saves to Snapchat. And if you want to use...
Mine doesn't. Mine saves to my camera roll.
No, like, for me, I, like, save the photo, and then I have to download it to my camera roll.
Oh, mine doesn't do that. It just goes straight to the camera roll.
Maybe it's because you have an iPhone.
I don't know. I was thinking about getting a different kind of phone next time I get them. I don't really like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Apple products very much. Or, like, Mac shit. It's just, like, I don't know. I kept getting hand-me-down phones, and then, like, when I got this one, I was like, well, I already have an iPhone, so let's just buy another one.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I don't know. They've never really impressed me. And I hear they break really easy.
You know, that's the thing, is everyone has a, like, no matter what kind of phone it is, everyone seems to have a fucking broken screen. I was at the movies the other day, and it was like, you know, like, just little previews where...
I don't.
Yeah, neither do I. And, like, thinking back, I don't think I've ever broken a fucking screen on any of my phones.
I've cracked, like, the corner when I've, like, dropped it from really high up on, like, concrete.
Okay, see, that, I would say that counts, though.
Yeah, like, just the corner, but that's...
Yeah.
And I think that's happened once. Or when Danielle fucking threw my phone at my parents' roof and it shattered.
What? Why'd she do that?
Because my phone was... She had done it once as a joke to throw it over the fence, but I don't know how the fuck she managed
How's that a joke? Property damage.
Well, yeah, and then it hit the house instead of going over the fence. And she's like, oh my god, it didn't break. Because, you know, Nokias were bricks back then.
Oh my god, okay, yeah, Nokias are not gonna break.
Yeah, well, it finally broke in half. And I was like, Mom, I need a new phone. And that's when I got my first smartphone.
Oh, see, I got mine really early because, like, my dad always... See, that's the thing, is, like, his priorities were so fucked. Like, it would be like, hey, we got a new TV, and, like, oh, here's a go-kart, but, you know, we're living in a shitty apartment. Like, Dad, like, come on. But he always wanted to have it, because he's always competing with, like, my brothers, like, because they'll be like, hey, Pops, check it out, I got this new TV, and then he'll be like, oh,
I remember when you guys got your...
kind of nice, I guess, and then he'll go out and get a better one the next day, and they'll be like, yeah, check out my TV.
I remember when
it's
you
like,
guys got your first HD TV, and my parents hadn't got one yet, and, you know, your dad had those huge...
Of course he did!
He had the TV that took up the whole corner of the one room, and I was just like, it's like I'm looking through a fucking window, and I'm really getting freaked out by watching Law & Order. It's too real.
I know. I just, that was such a thing, too, is, like, when everyone started switching to HD shit. Like, do you remember, like, trying to play games, and, like, you'd be on your old, like, you know, TV,
yes!
and you'd be like, I can't fucking read this! Like, you had to.
And you gotta scoot real close, like, fuck. One of my game systems, I wanted to play it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even have the red, white, and yellow thing on one of the TVs.
Oh, really?
I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I won't play this.
Oh,
I think that was at my mom's. She only had one HDMI port in the back, too.
See, that sucks.
I'm like, you don't have anything. You have one little port. What the hell is this kind of TV?
To be fair, though, that she's probably like, that's all you need.
Well, it was Paul's old TV, so that's all Paul needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's, like, some sort of adapter you can get, but yeah, in that moment you're like, wait, how does it not have this? Yeah.
I don't like this little Hop's face.
No.
Look at him, he looks gay as fuck.
Yeah, a little bit, but he reminds me of, like,
Old Man Winter.
A little. No, you know, those, like, posters, like those psychedelic posters.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like those were bigger back in the day, too. Or maybe it's just because I hung out with, like, weird kids and, like, we'd go in the basement.
There's all those teenagers, late teens, early 20s.
Teenagers. Look at you, you fucking adult.
You know what? I am, especially with the man I'm dating now. He's old, too. We're, like, in our 60s.
How old is he?
He's 28, but we act like we're fucking 80.
Yeah,
there was kids in the...
That must be hard, dating a man so old.
No, he acts old. There were kids in the hallway, and they were running, and I was like, quit fucking running! And he's like, just looked, he's like, oh, look at you. I was like, I'll tell their parents. Their parents don't speak English, but I'll tell them.
You're like, I know you understand me, little boy.
Oh, they do, too. They call me Dog Lady. Can I call you Dog Lady because you have a dog? No, leave me alone.
Okay, Dog Lady.
Can I pet Trigger? He's shitting. Okay. Starts petting him, and my dog's just like, quit fucking touching me. It's like, go
He's
away.
looking at you like, Mom, why did you allow this to happen?
Makes me think of that video. Good job. Have you seen that one?
Oh, speaking of videos, I watched this fucking video the other day of crocodile, like, they were getting fed, and, like, they must have really, like, starved these fuckers or something to, because it's probably one of those farms down in, like, you know, where they feed them and then everyone watches, and they're like, whoa.
Look at how vicious these guys are.
Well, they can be. But yeah, so they must have been really fucking hungry, because he threw a bit of meat in, and, like, one of them started going at it, but he, like, accidentally stepped too close to another one, and he bit his arm, and he fucking ripped the other one's arm off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
I was just like, holy shit. Like, you just bit your friend's arm off.
You know what, though? If I was hungry enough...
It was cool, though. He galled it. Because, you know, they grab on, and then they, like, spin around. You know, they, like, twirl around, and it just, like, fucking, you know, rips it off, and then he swallows it whole, and...
Did the other one, like, freak out?
No. I think he was probably in shock. Like, holy shit, my arm's gone.
My arm's gone, but I'm just gonna eat this and then I'll worry about it later.
Yeah, dude, that would be so scary to, like, you ever think about that as, like, there's other creatures in other, like, states or countries where it's, like, totally normal to see, but...
Like fucking Australia?
Yeah. But I'm talking about, like, gators down south, you know, like, when they're like, oh, yeah, that's... whatever.
That's
like,
our duck.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, that's really annoying that they're there, and you're like, holy shit, that's a fucking alligator. Like,
yeah.
what the... I don't want that near me, you know? That's, like, there was... I want to say it was, like, someone from my ex's school or something, or there was someone that I knew, or, like, an acquaintance that had come from another country, and, like, they didn't have, like, any squirrels there. I can't remember where they were from, but you know, there's fucking squirrels everywhere, especially on, like, around colleges.
Oh, I love the squirrels on my campus.
Yeah, so,
I saw one carrying a whole bagel, and it was really fucking cute. He just looked at me, and I'm like, oh.
Who gave you a bagel?
It only had one bite out of it.
Yeah, but it's like, I can't imagine that, is not seeing a...
I always want to know where hamsters come from.
Oh.
They gotta live somewhere.
Guinea
pigs?
I never thought about it. Are there wild hamsters and guinea pigs? Well, hamsters, they're probably like mice, where they're just in fields or...
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's really...
Yeah, got you thinking now, don't I?
It did. Things that make you fucking think.
Like, where the fuck did we get guinea pigs from? Who thought, I'm gonna trap this little rodent, and it's gonna be my friend.
I mean, they do that with other pets. People do that with pets that they're not supposed to fucking do that
I
with.
want a crow.
They're loud.
I like them. Trigger pissed one off. For all of you that don't know, Trigger's my dog. I took him outside one day to his normal place to go potty, and a crow was over there eating something, and...
Something nasty, like something rotting on the ground.
He goes to the bathroom by the dumpster. So the crow was over there, and so it flew up in the tree, and for a week, there was a crow in the tree.
Yeah, and I bet he was loud as shit, too.
Yeah, he kept, every time he saw Trigger would look at him and wag his tail like, oh, hey, there's a bird, and the bird would just yell.
If that was my dog, he would start barking at it. Like, there was one time a fucking plane flew overhead, and he started barking at it. It's like that you're not gonna... There's no way that you would be able to get that. Even if it was a bird, like, you can't reach that. He did that with a hawk once, too.
A hawk could, if it was big enough, it could probably take Bard.
Well, my neighbor said that there are hawks around, so I'm really glad that I didn't let my cat outside. But yeah, he said that that's how he got one of his cats, is because, like, they didn't know if it would make it, because it was, like, a stray cat or something. Oh. They, like, took it in because it was injured, I guess.
No, Trigger always notices planes. Every time he's doing something and he sees one, he just stares at it and looks, like, at the sky, like...
Do you have any airports or anything near you?
We have a small one.
Yeah, kind of like the one in Coon Rapids. Well, no, that's Blaine.
Yeah, something like that.
You went to one of the hangar parties, didn't you?
Nope, I never went to a hangar party.
Oh.
I remember getting a lot of drunk calls from you and Willie.
Yeah.
We love you! That's great. I'm camping and I am very sick. Don't die! We love you!
Yeah, sounds about right.
I remember, you guys partied a lot without me, but I wasn't a big partier.
No, I also partied and got way too drunk, like, in high school way too often, and then right after high school.
Yeah. I never had that phase, really.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. There's a lot of times where I was like, yeah, I got a bit too drunk.
I just remember hearing about, was it Marty who tried to fight people? Or was that Mac?
I think that was Matt.
I remember hearing about how Marty just rolled on the floor for like an hour laughing.
I don't know. It's like stupid kids.
I also remember the projectile vomiting when I was doing dishes, not drinking.
Is that the time when Cam, like, downed 2 Four Locos right after each other? That
yes, because he was playing Tippy Cup with Four Locos.
No, we all were. And...
I wasn't drinking, I remember that, because I was doing the dishes, and somebody was like...
pancakes in the morning, and there was fucking How It's Made was on TV.
God. I just remember, and somebody was like, why didn't we invite Caitlin to parties more often? And it's like, why, because I'm cleaning? Yeah, this is awesome. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go home now. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
I thought you spent the night there.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, I remember Matt picked me up so we could make pancakes. Because remember that was in the middle of the Matt-Alex debacle.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody wanted me to date Matt. Glad I didn't.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like he would have been better than Alex, but I don't think he's the right person for you. at all. No, I think he's still with,
He's still married to Kayla.
Yeah.
Which, that surprised me.
I don't know. I like, Kayla, she was always, like, one of those people that was, everyone's friend. Like, there was a lot of people.
All the guys liked her. But I haven't seen him since I went to EDM shows with my ex-boyfriend, and, you know, those guys went there too, and he pretended to be my fake boyfriend because my boyfriend ditched me.
That's shit.
And this guy would not leave me alone or take no for an answer.
That's like when we went to the gay bar. Or to the not gay bar, and it was really weird. And I was like,
Aqua.
Ugh. That's a good story.
Oh, so many Mexicans.
I don't know if they were all Mexican, but there was just...
It was just awful.
Not because they were Mexican.
No, just because everybody was so...
predatory.
Yeah.
Okay, so the story is
we decided to be adventurous and go clubbing.
What was it? Was it one of our birthdays, or we just really wanted to go dance?
We just wanted to go dance and see what the clubbing scene was like.
Well, yeah, because it was always nice to go to the Gay 90s, which is a gay bar in the Twin Cities. And, you know, so, like, you weren't there whenever they had one of their foam nights, were you?
I don't think so, and I think that's kind of why we wanted to go out, because you went once. I don't remember who you went with.
I went with Amanda.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't know if we went with anyone else. But yeah, that was a hell of a lot of fun. But they have, like, certain nights like that, and so I was like, oh yeah, it's a real fun time. And then we got there, and they were like, yeah, it's Kinky Friday.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, that sounds fun, but we actually didn't want to go to that night. We wanted to go dancing, and, like, the other lounge, because there's, like, 5 bars in that place. So
which is surprising, because it doesn't look like it would have that many.
No, but each one has a different vibe, and it's, like, the one that usually people dance in the most was the one that was being taken up. So
and it was, like, a black tape kinky night.
Well, yeah, because it was, like, they had, like, the big thing, so you couldn't even see what was going on until you already went in, and...
So we were like, do we want to spend, I think, wasn't it like at least $20 after we already paid some money?
I don't think so. I think it was like $10, but it was still like, well, that's not what we want to do. Maybe you're thinking 20 because it would have been for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so then we're like, all right, well, let's just look for other clubs because we didn't go anywhere else. So we found this place called Aqua, and it was fairly close, right? Like,
yeah, and it had like bright lights and loud music, and I had heard... Because, yeah, we were just walking around town. But I remember hearing lots of good things, and, you know, they'd always, at the community college, they'd always slap those little promotional things underneath your car windshield bullshit.
Yeah. So, yeah, we get there, and
it was just a let's get you drunk atmosphere.
Oh, my God. Well, especially if you were a chick.
Oh, yeah, remember when they were standing on bars just pouring bottles into girls' mouths?
Yeah, well, and then I remember, too, that song Shots came on, and then they're, like, going around advertising. It's like, hey, that's probably a very good business decision.
Well, and then they had, like, 2 of the women dressed in nurses' outfits with the Jell-O shots and the big syringes.
Right. Yeah, but, like, basically what the scene was like, so that all this is going on, and, like, there's fun, it's standard club music or whatever, what was popular at the time, but then... Like, there was some guys and girls dancing, but mostly girls dancing.
Yeah.
And then all, like, ringed around the edge
were men.
Dudes just, like, staring intently, kind of
yeah, their eyes looked like they were gonna pop out of their head.
God,
just like, which one do I want?
Yeah, it's like they were, like, looking for people to approach. It's just like, holy shit. Like, because that is not what it's like.
No.
Gay bar. Like, I won't say that, you know, you might not get hit on it. I'm not even going to say, too, that there's not creepy dudes sometimes at gay bars, because, like, there totally is.
Poor Kyle, he had that experience.
Well, at least he's a guy, though. But we got that. And, like, we're both chicks. And, like, we were dancing together, and it was like, hey. And
well, that's when we started to dance on each other, too, because we're like, we're together.
Yeah.
Leave us alone, please. We are not interested.
Didn't we end up going somewhere else, too?
We did. I brought us to,
What was it?
It was a club I'd been to with Alex a bunch for EDM.
It wasn't Lush, was it?
No, it was an EDM club. It was... Fuck.
I know it wasn't Ground Zero.
No, it was a club that had a couple levels. Not Skyway.
No. I can't think of the name either, but that one was a little bit better, but there wasn't as many people.
No, it was a quieter night, but that's where we stayed the longest because there wasn't people trying to fucking jump our bones.
No.
I don't know you, but let me hold your hand. I didn't say anything to you, but I'm gonna attempt to hold your hand.
God.
It's like, don't touch me. I
just want to dance and get drunk with my friend. Please leave me alone.
Just let me drink in peace. Oh, you know, the last time we went to Lush, I was so salty.
Why?
Because when we were leaving, Biggie Smalls finally came on. They played like a half hour of Michael Jackson, and right when we're getting into our Uber, I hear Biggie.
They had some weird music there, though. They played, like, Backstreet Boys mixed with, something else.
There was the Maya High song or whatever mixed with something else. And like
there was a lot of weird mixes, and it was just like, what?
And it was like songs that we knew, and then Will was just kind of like,
Oh, that's what we get for taking him to a lesbian bar. He seemed to have a good enough time, though.
He did, though. He did. He didn't have any more drinks, which I was surprised by, but...
No, well, that was the, Uber ride back when I kept talking about nasty things in the car.
We all did, and then your Uber rating went up.
It did! I mean, it didn't, they don't email you right away afterwards. But so, okay, yeah, we were talking about, I remember we talked about sounding, we talked about drawing porn, and there was, like, something else, too.
We talked about kink stuff.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. And we were
and the girl was just like, and then she made a comment.
Yeah, she was kind of smirking. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And she said that. I'm like, no, it's alright.
She's like, no, you guys are like my most interesting ride.
Yeah. And then, and then we fucked off and died. And then, like, it was like 2 or 3 days later or something. It was like, your Uber rating went up.
How do you know your Uber rating? Because now I'm curious.
Yeah, no, I looked it up. Apparently, you have to have so many rides to be able to show it. And apparently, like, I've only used it, like, once or twice. Or, like, twice.
Yeah.
Maybe, so I don't think I have enough times to, like, see the rating. But I think it still logs it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what rating I have.
I'm sure my rating went down. Not my well, it probably was my last Uber ride because he didn't speak very well English because we have a lot of foreigners in my town.
Speak very well English. Sounds like you don't speak very well English.
Fuck off. Suck my dick.
Stop it. You're harassing me. I don't know.
But he says to me, you gonna use your body tonight? It's Friday night. Go out and use your body. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let that one slide. I'm just gonna try to avoid that. And then he brought it up again. Use that body tonight. Yeah? You gonna use that body? Going downtown to use that body? And I'm just like,
to be fair, you live in a fucking party city. He probably, cabs drunk girls all the time to, like, go get laid.
Either way, well then my favorite part, where am I going? It's on your fucking GPS in front of your face. Look on the GPS. I gave him the worst Uber rating ever, and I sent a formal complaint. Really? And I got my money back. And he even knew one of my coworkers.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh, you know that tall guy? And I was like, yeah, how do you know him? He's like, he lost his license, so I drive him around places. I don't think he likes me very much. It's like, I don't like you very much.
You're talking about me and my body. I don't appreciate it, fella. I just want to ride.
I just want to go get a burger and have a safe ride home so this weird man doesn't follow me back. Because that was the doll man.
The doll? Oh. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I finally deleted him off Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to block him. Well, I didn't block him on Messenger. I just put it to ignore him.
Yeah.
Because he would message me nonstop.
He'd be like, want to play dress up?
Yes! He would ask me to dress up all the time, and it's like, okay, so preference. When yeah, whatever. What did I say? Preference?
Yeah.
I was like, I prescribe my TV channels. I promise I'm smart, guys.
It's true, you graduated college.
I did. I am smarty pants. So, before I was in a relationship, I would go on Tinder whenever I was bored and see who's on there, and
It's a fun place.
It is.
Sometimes.
And if there's somebody interesting, I'm always gonna swipe right, just to see what happens. So I found somebody that said they were male, and that they were completely straight, but they like to dress up as a doll. And I was like, alright, I'm a little piqued. I want to see where what happens if I swipe right, or if they'll...
You never know.
And they fucking swiped right on me, too. And
do you think that they were the kind of person that swipes on everyone just to, like, increase their chances?
I think so, because he was so lonely.
Well, yeah.
And he was a nice enough normal guy, but he was too eager to try and hang out, like, always wanting to do things. And it was just like, calm down.
Well, I think that's hard anyway. It's like, especially if you're really busy, it's like if people keep wanting to hang out, you're like, man, I feel like an asshole for keep saying no, but like, I am really busy.
Yeah, and that's my case too, is I'm really busy.
Yeah.
But, so this guy fucking dresses up as a doll, and he doesn't have the best costumes. He usually buys them cheap and stuff, so they look cheap, and he gets cheap wigs, and I know he's trying to get nicer things, and some of the stuff he's had is a bit nicer, but,
yeah, it takes time to collect that kind of shit.
Yeah, and he knew I cosplayed, because that was one of the things. He's like, oh, how come you swipe right on me? And I'm like, you know, I'm not interested in a romantic relationship, but, like...
Yeah, you seem like an interesting dude,
you
clearly.
seem interesting, and I have friends that are into stuff, like, different things, and I'm into cosplaying, and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, do you want to come over and dress up? And I'm like, well, I'm not into that, but I'm into cosplay. He's like, so why wouldn't you want to dress up? And it's like, well...
Like, we're not going to convention.
And I was like, well, I don't... There's a time and a place. Like you just said, I'm not going to a convention. Why would I dress up?
Yeah.
I don't wear my cosplays around the house like, I'm cakey today.
I mean, some people do, but I think most people, when they do cosplays, they go to events to do it.
Yeah, and I just don't have the time. I'm too lazy to wear my cosplays around the house unless I'm building it.
Yeah, exactly.
And, so I met him in person after talking to him a while. He seemed nervous, which I was the first person he'd ever met off Tinder.
Well, and I would be, too, if I was someone like that.
Yeah, and, you know, you're exposing yourself. And, you know...
Well, literally, because he didn't have any face pics, like, of his actual face.
Yeah, he didn't tell me his name. He didn't give me his real Facebook. Because I asked for his Facebook because I wanted to see what he looked like.
Yeah, didn't he just, like, tell you what he would be wearing or something?
Yeah, he didn't describe his face or anything. I'll be wearing...
Was it a good description, though?
Yeah, a green shirt with this logo on it.
That you were able to see him right away, and you're like, oh, hey, that's...
Well, he was sitting down, so I couldn't really see, and he was, like, hunched over at the table, so I couldn't exactly see, but, you know, he knew what I looked like, because I had added him on Facebook, and he'd seen my Tinder profile pictures.
Okay, yeah.
So he flagged me down, and, you know, we sat for a few hours, and, you know, I used an Uber ride, because I didn't know what kind of person he was going to be, if he was going to follow me to my car, follow me home, because, you know, my mom... And I used to watch Lifetime movies, so I'm prepared for that.
Like, everyone is a rapist, or they have a twin sister that's gonna come back and kill him or something.
Exactly. That's like, yeah, God, fuck.
Yes, Lifetime movies are like that.
Yeah. So I got an Uber ride there. Plus, if I did enjoy myself and have a few drinks, I didn't want to drive home drunk, which I did have quite a few drinks, because once they got more comfortable, they opened up more, and it was nice to just have a conversation. I'm like, oh, yeah, I could see. He's like, oh, can I give you a ride home? I'm like, you know what? I fucking trust you. Go ahead.
Oh, God.
So he gave me a ride home, which... We met one more time, and I brought Will with me.
Yeah.
And I explained the situation to Will, and I told him, like, Will knows about you, blah, 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 and he's not judgmental. He's my little gay boy queen.
I like how you say he's not judgmental.
Even though he's the most judgmental person I know.
So judgmental.
But,
you might not say it to your face, though, which I think is what you were most concerned about.
Yeah. And so we all went out to dinner, and we went to this nice little pub in downtown area.
Yeah.
The dude barely talked, and it was mainly him watching how Will and I interacted. It was almost like he was studying how he should interact with people, and it was like, okay, this is weird. And
yeah, you're like trying to coax him into conversation.
Yes.
And then he like says a line and then just stops. And then
yes,
that's
like, exactly how it was. And Will even asked, like, oh, what do you like to do in your spare time? I know you do the dress up stuff, but what else do you like to do? What do you do for work? And just, this, that, and this, and oh, what are you guys talking about now? What are you going to talk about now?
Oh, no.
And then after we left, he texted me, I had a really great time with you and Will. And I told Will, I'm like, if he hadn't said that, and Will's like, I never would have guessed that he enjoyed himself. I'm like, neither would I.
Right.
And then after that, he'd always just ask, hey, you want to come over and play dress up? Hey, you want to come over and play dress up? And, like, one time we had this big snowstorm, the one that was, like, in the middle of April.
Yeah.
Where it was really bad.
Yeah.
And fucking, he's like, you should come over and play dress up. I'm like, oh, I'm working on homework. Well, come do your homework here while we are in dress up. And I'm like... There's a fucking blizzard outside right now. Oh, it's not that bad. Just take the side streets. I'm like, side streets are worse because those don't get plowed. I'm like, how about take no for an answer?
Yeah.
And then when I wouldn't reply to his text messages, he would message me on Facebook. It made me think of that guy. You want to cuddle? You want to cuddle? God.
The infamous cuddler.
Ugh.
Does he still message you?
No. He took me off of his Snapchat, but I can still... Like, he doesn't follow me, but I still follow him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't snap me anymore.
I was gonna tell you about my time in Duluth with fucking, Chelsea. It wasn't even... Yeah. It wasn't even necessarily that, like, that trip, but just, like, what happened on the trip. So, we went up to Duluth, which is, like, this... I don't know. Like, it's a bigger city, but it's not, like the... As far as I know, there's no, like, skyscrapers or shit like that. Like, I didn't see anything like that. Like, but it's, like, a old city.
Yeah.
Right by Lake Superior.
I like Duluth.
Yeah, no, it's a cool place. There's lots of cool little shops and shit like that. But we were taking, like, weekend vacation, and so we went up there. And we went into one of the shops there. There was, like, a little art gallery. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun to go in and look at. And, like, my God. You know when you go into a museum or an art gallery or something, and you're just like, why is this art?
Yeah, but my shit isn't.
No, not even that. Just kind of, and not even, too, in the way of, like, oh, this is modern art. Not even like that. It's just kind of more like, this looks like something that my grandmother would make, and I, you know, like, just because it's got a famous name attached to it, like, I don't know, like, it just doesn't seem...
It's like, oh, that's a picture of a bowl and a spoon.
No, well, yeah, but no. I mean, like, I don't want to call it hick art, but
like that metal art, or was
yes, like the hammered metal and like the shine, like the rocks and stuff, and like a lot of times jewelry will be with that kind of shit too, like in those kinds of little shops. And it's just like, not to say that this isn't pretty, because sure it is, but at the same time, it's like, if this wasn't in a gallery, I don't think anyone would look super close at it like, wow, what a beautiful piece of art. They'd be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be looking at it the way they were. And I think I got that feeling especially because there was other people in the shop looking at shit like that. They were like, oh, you know, like kind of, you know, their hand on their chin, like looking at it, and it's just like, God, I feel scummy being in here. Like, because it's like...
Did Chelsea like the stuff?
I mean, it was fun. Like, both of us were like, yeah, that was alright. We kind of walked through, looked at everything, but when I got done, it was just like, man, that was like, I don't feel anything after that except for kind of gross. Because
all I think when I think of that stuff is like the stuff you see at the fairs. In craft
That's
fairs.
exactly what it is, too, but it was a whole shop filled with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's fine, and I'm not saying it's not beautiful, I'm not saying that it didn't take skill, you know, but at the same time, it's like, it just doesn't... To me, it didn't seem like something that should be in a gallery that everyone's gawking at in that manner. Like, that's the kind of views that I see people look at, like those really old paintings or, like, you know, like the new kind of sculptures and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this feels weird. It's like, because I think it also felt weird because it is all the shit that I've seen at, like, craft fairs, and it's like, why is this here? Like, this isn't what I think of when I thought of art gallery.
You think of, like, paintings.
Yeah.
Like,
well, not to say that there wasn't paintings, but it was mostly that type of... I don't know.
Like your novelty, like...
It was weird. And then it got me thinking, like, man, I know everyone makes jokes about, like, the, ooh, modern art, anything can be art, but it's like, ew. Like, that's so... that can be so accurate. Like, people are just... I don't know. You ever have an experience like that? Or, like, I don't know if you, like, if you go very
when I
often
think of, you know, a certain somebody's art.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when I think of his art, it's just like, look at how great I am.
You're like, okay.
Yep. I showed him some of my art when he was at my mom's. He's like, oh my God, you did good things. And it's like, yeah, I have a little bit of talent that I don't
And you're
use.
like, and I'm also humble about it and didn't fucking shout from the rooftops how great it
Look
was.
at how great I am!
I think that's what artists should be, though, is you can be proud of your work, but you should always be trying to, like, yes, I can do better. I will do better on the next one. Like, it's fine that this one isn't perfect, but next time I'll do better.
When that's
You know, you can't just sit there and, like, fucking smell your own farts and be like, oh, this is the best ever. Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, that's like, I don't know if you were on Instagram when people were doing that, thing, I think it was like a week or two ago, Ask Me a Question.
Okay.
And
I don't know if I saw any of those, but...
a lot of people on my feed did it, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. And only 2 people asked me questions.
Yeah, were they good?
One, because you can see who asked the question, and you can reply publicly, but nobody else can see who asked the question.
Okay.
Which I thought was neat that you knew who it was, but everybody else didn't.
Yeah.
And one was my friend, and their family just got another cat. And so now they have 6 pets in their house.
Oh my god.
And her family is letting their aunt and uncle live there, and it was their choice to get the pet. So out of the 6 pets, 4 of them are her aunt and uncles.
Oh, goodness.
So she's like, why did we have to get another animal? I'm like, because they love animals. And she's like, I hate this. Because they're not big cat fans either.
Oh, no.
And so they got a kitten. So they have 2 wiener dogs, 2 Pomeranians, and 2 cats.
That's hard, man, when you have, like, a house full of animals.
Especially when they all pee and poop on the floor
Oh,
because they don't train them.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But the second question was, what's a secret talent of yours that people don't really know about? And I was like, do I talk about my art? Do I not talk about my art? And I'm like, so I said, well, for people that don't really know me, don't know that I'm actually a decent artist.
You're like, I'm a potter.
I'm like, I can draw, and I can't paint for
You can
shit.
stipple like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I was thinking of doing another one.
Because you have autism, you're fucking stippling for like 4 hours in one spot.
You know what? That probably is probably correct.
I know.
I still think I'm a little Nazi.
I know you are. Because you do that. You, like, do this meticulous little shit, and it's just like, oh my god. I couldn't do that. Well, I mean, I could, but I'd be miserable doing
I love it. But yeah, so that's what I said. I was like, well, for people that don't really know me, I'm actually a pretty good artist.
Don't you have your pottery stuff linked to your profile,
I have a separate account for that.
Well, I know you do, but do you, like, reference it at all, or no?
I have a few times.
Okay.
If I'll take my pottery account, which I think is just CS Pottery, I think.
I think that's what it is. I don't know, I follow it.
I haven't posted on there in a while, but
you haven't had access to your kiln for a while, haven't you?
Mm-mm. But there's a place downtown that you can pay $15 a day.
Yeah, that's right. I told you we should do something together. Yeah. Like, maybe if you want me to, like, paint on your stuff.
Yeah.
I always enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah, I'm not very creative with my glazes.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Was there was a time. God, there was a word for it. You might know it, but it's where you do, like, the...
Sgraffito?
That might be it, but it's where you do
you paint it and you scratch out the design?
No, it wasn't the scratching out, but it was painting it on. There was also another kind where it was, like, a darker clay that you could paint on, and then just do, like, a clear glaze over it, or whatever. And I really liked that a lot more.
Yeah.
Mostly I just hated the fucking wheel, because I was really bad at it. I was fine at, like, hand building, but I couldn't fucking get it centered, and I was just like...
Did you guys have the automatic wheels, or the ones that you fucking kick?
We had both kinds, so
I hated the kick ones. I hated them.
And so you, like, made sure to get early to class so you didn't have to fucking use those?
Well, there's only 2 of them, and the more advanced potters really liked those.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that.
So...
I remember, because I was in AP Art, advanced placement, and I wasn't in AP pottery.
I found out I didn't get to do pottery in high school because the drawing teacher wouldn't let me.
What?
She pulled me over to AP drawing instead.
That's stupid.
I was like, but I wanted to do pottery. Nope, you're doing drawing. Okay.
Well, at least you enjoyed it still.
Yeah, I didn't get a very good score though because, I'm a procrastinator.
Your fucking aunt's taking a long time with the stippling and shit. But yeah, no, I remember there was, because with the way that our AP program works is there's only so many kids that fucking went in that thing, so it was just kind of like, all the art rooms were right next to each other, so, like, we all kind of intermingled, like, during that hour and a half or whatever the fuck it was, and so we had, like, I think there was, like, 3 of us, and we would sit in the back of a normal painting class or drawing class, and then, like, the pottery kids would be in, obviously they had to be in their studio, but we'd all intermingle and talk and stuff, and those guys, they were on none of them were, like, the AP kids were not on the wheel, like, all I think there was, like, 3 of them, all of them were right on the wheel. It's like, God, how the fuck do you guys like this so much, and, like, why can't there be an AP student that actually likes doing the hand building shit more?
There was, like, so, like you said, like, the AP students were just in the regular class.
Yeah.
Well, so it went...
Yeah, we were the back row. We were the cool kids.
Oh, we got our own separate room, but, so it went AP drawing.
Yeah.
And all the 3 art rooms were connected through a series of doors, so AP drawing had its hallway door. Yeah. Then there was a door that entered into the mixed media room, which was like...
Did that have a door to the hallway?
Yes.
Okay.
They each had doors
but they had doors to each other.
Yeah,
kinda
so
like
you could
hotel
just...
rooms.
Yeah, just so you could just, like, walk right on through. So us AP art drawing kids got to sit in the mixed media room where, like, they did, like, jewelry making and things like that, but... there was nobody in there at that time, so we just had this big room to ourselves, and we'd just come and go, and the drawing one kids would be like, "Whoa,
Yeah,
what
like,
are
who's
they?"
that?
They're like,
they're
"What are they doing?"
They're like, I need arts.
Yeah.
One arts class.
My favorite though was because ceramics was connected too, because that middle room, and Miss Haida, the ceramics teacher, she's like, "Hey, are you guys bored?" And we're all like, "What?" She was kind of a little crazy lady, and
I think you have to be. I think there has to be at least one crazy art teacher.
But she's like, "You guys bored? You want to see some freaking cool?" And we're all like, "Well, now you got our interest piqued."
Yeah.
She has a wheel just going already. And she builds a pot with her feet and trims it and styles it. We're all like, and then the drawing teacher, she's like, she comes in, she's like, "What are you guys doing?" And she's like, "God damn it!" And she says the teacher's first name, and she's like, "What? Look, this is way better than drawing. They were bored anyway." And it was just like,
this is cool.
Are you seeing this shit?
Do you think she's got a foot fetish?
I could see that. It was funny though because I did pottery finally in community college when I finally got the choice and didn't have a teacher pulling me away from it.
That's so strange.
And my shit was displayed in the hallway for a competition.
You're like, "Look at me."
And then the high school pottery teacher shows up and she's like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah!" And she's like, "Man, I wish the drawing teacher hadn't stolen you from me." And I was like, "Me too!" Because I could have been doing this since forever ago.
Right. Goodness.
I spent so much time in that pottery studio.
I know you did. That was when you still lived close.
Yeah.
Now you're whisked away to your shitty city.
Yeah.
I still don't know why you don't move down here.
Because I still got school.
Yeah, you can go to school down here.
It's all expensive down here, though.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't go to school.
Well, if I want to be a therapist, I gotta.
Can't you actually do that now, though, or do you have to get more?
I can be a mental health practitioner with supervision, because I have to have 2,000 hours of supervision to be a legal mental health practitioner on my own, even though I'm doing it basically on my own now.
In your internship?
Yeah. This one lady who, she goes to a group that I go to every Thursday as a co-facilitator. I'm the co-facilitator and she's a member. And her and I were talking, and the lady I share an office with, she's like, "Oh, yeah, this is my intern, Caitlin." And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Lady, we share an office." And then the client, "Oh, yeah, we know each other. We've known each other for over a month now." And then the lady I share an office with, "Oh." I'm like, "Yeah."
Like, yeah, she's my patient.
She's like, "Yeah, we talk. I know things about her." But I would like to, since I did an old, the TV miniseries of Pennywise in the Stippling, I would
Pennywise in Co. What? The way that you said it made it seem like a much more lighthearted.
But I would like to do Bill Skarsgård Pennywise in Stippling. I think it would look nice.
I think that would look really cool.
But I want to do that one more blown up instead of a little 4x6.
Was that really as small as the other ones? What was the other one that you did that was really big? Is that your stupid Ronald McDonald one, or was that in chalk?
That was in chalk. I saw that, and then Kyle was just like, "What's that?" "Nothing." Just slid it back into the folder. I'm like, "Don't worry about this one." I showed him my zombie, and he's like, "Holy shit, you're actually good." And I was like,
"Yeah, why does everyone keep saying that?"
Yeah, I'm like, "What the fuck?" And that's like Will, too. Just like, "Oh, you're good at shit."
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes.
Surprise, surprise, I don't brag about every little thing I do.
Except for sucking dick. You do brag a lot about that.
That's because I'm good at it.
See? Right now. Case in point. Immediately, you're like, "Yeah, I know, I'm good."
Hair flip. I'm good at what I like to do. It's fine. It's funny, because the men I date never believe me until they experience it.
I think any guy would be happy with pretty much any blowjob, though. I'm just saying.
I don't know. The way the guy I dated before, "I don't know, it's been pretty mediocre, that girl that sucked my dick, but you're, like, top notch." Yeah, I know.
Gosh.
Yeah, you're right. That is one thing I brag about.
I know! God. So, you remember that time that you destroyed a car?
You know what? That was all your fucking fault.
I'm sorry I had to take you down a peg after talking about that. What's that?
It was just the topper, not a whole car.
It was a whole fort.
Yeah, fuck those kids.
Okay. So, the story goes is that back when we were wee little babas, what were we like?
5th grade.
Okay, of course you would know that.
It's the autism, okay?
I know. You have you remember the weirdest shit, the most specific shit. You'll be told a story. Someone else will tell you a story that happened to them, and then years later you'll be talking and be like, oh yeah, this happened. They'll question you, like, wait, were you there? And you're like, no, you told me about it at a party once, in 2007. And they're like, what the fuck? How do you remember that?
See, the older I get, the more I think I am a little bit on that spectrum.
I know.
Just enough to make me have certain aspects.
So anyway, we were apparently in 5th grade, and there was, that's the thing, is back then, kids played out in the street a lot more.
And two, I lived on a dead end at the time, and it was forest at the end of the dead end.
Yep, and now it's a bunch of, it's not even, I thought they were going to do a whole housing complexes down there. There's 5 houses.
They've built more than that, but it's it goes down, they make a little cul-de-sac, and then it connects to the other road.
They have those shitty little tiny streets,
Yeah, but so when we were down there, it was when they were starting to flatten the land and clear the trees.
Yeah, when we weren't supposed to be down there.
Yeah, of course.
There was there was a big dirt sand mound.
Well, that hill had always been there, because it was a huge hill.
Well, was it normally like that, though? Because, I thought that was there because they upturned a bunch of the dirt.
No, because there was always a huge hill.
Okay.
But they had cleared the trees, so it was the only tall part left.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, so there was some older boys, well, and younger boys, but mostly older boys that built
maybe a year or two older than us.
Yeah, they built a little fort there with a with a truck topper. So they dug a big pit and then put it on top so you could go in there, a little tiny cave.
And yeah, no girls allowed.
Yeah, well, they were also fucking cunts too.
They were little bitches.
They were mean, to us. So one day we were walking in the woods, well, the not woods, and we come across it and they're not there.
Yeah, and it was on top of this big hill too.
Well, it was there was a hill and then it kind of dipped down a little.
So it was off the side of the hill.
Yeah.
And my idea was to fill the cave with dirt. Get the fuck out of my shit. She's trying to get that dog food.
Yeah.
My idea was to fill their fort back up with dirt. And okay, let's get this straight. I was a fat kid, okay? I was a chunker. And Ashley was a string bean the size of my leg. And
you remember we used to roll down the hill, we'd hug each other and then roll down the hill on our side, and then it'd be we'd flip over each other, and every time she'd go on me, I'd be like, and you'd be giggling and laughing, I'd be like, oh.
Every time I was on top, you couldn't breathe.
And then you get to the bottom, you're like, you want to do it again?
I remember in 4th grade we got yelled at for doing that. Quit doing that!
It's probably because... No, that wasn't your mom yelling, was it?
It was a teacher. God, I was such a fat kid. Anyway, so I wanted to fill their fort with dirt again so that they couldn't get in.
I thought that was too much work.
And Ashley decided to jump on top of the truck topper. And I'm like, oh my god, you're going to fall through. You're like, no, it's fine. Look
I said we were just going to dent it a bit.
Yeah, and she's just jumping away, and and Ash invites me to jump on top, and I'm like, no.
I was like, come on, you won't fall through, I promise. And just help me dent it.
And I'm like, no, I'm too fat. I will fall through. And she's like, no, look it. And she jumped on it 5 times, and I was...
In the same spot, mind you.
Yeah, so I was thoroughly convinced. And fucking I jump on there and I'm like, cool.
You jumped a couple times.
I did. I'm like, sweet, I'm not falling through. I jump one more time and I just...
You screamed on the way down. And I burst out laughing. And then immediately I was like, oh my god, are you okay?
And the worst part was when I fell, like she said, I screamed all the way down, but I hit my chin on the support of the truck topper and I dented it with my fat face.
No, it was with your strong jawline. Oh my god.
And my mom was so pissed because I think I was crying a
Oh,
little
you were
bit.
crying so hard.
and my mom, where were you guys? Well, we went to the woods where you're not supposed to be, where they're doing construction. Well, there were these guys, and they were bullying us, so we just decided to destroy their fort, and Ashley convinced me to jump on the truck topper.
Oh my god.
You were such a bad influence.
Oh, whatever.
Remember when we went on our little dinky-ass $5 raft into the middle
That
of
was
the...
not my fault. There was a beaver.
Yeah.
There was something. Something popped the fucking... Okay, yeah. So I had this, like, little dinky...
We found it at a garage sale, and we dragged it back to your parents' house. That's probably how a hole got
Shut up.
into
No,
it.
it wasn't. It was a beaver. Alright? There was something that swam under us. I remember that. It was really scary.
It was probably the fucking fish that used to attack us.
Yeah, you know, they kind of did that. Oh, well, yeah, there was a little pond that was behind my house, and we used to play in there.
And it seemed so big when we were little.
Yeah, well, we were dirty kids, too. We'd, like, fucking go in the water and, like, get little leeches on us. And
Oh,
then, like,
yeah.
step on bugs and stuff like that.
Collect the tadpoles, bring them back to your pool.
Yeah.
Look it!
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, so we got this little tiny boat, this little inflatable boat, and we, like, go in the middle of the pond, and we're having a great time. It's like, wow, this is fun. We were, like, you know, our own little captain.
We even got our own little paddles, too, so we could paddle.
Yeah.
And no, your parents didn't stop us.
Oh, of course not. They're like, you'll be fine. They're, like, probably drinking by the fire or something.
But anyways, yeah, we
Okay,
were
yeah.
dirty kids.
Yeah, we were dirty kids, and, like, at some point within our, you know, maiden voyage, the fucking something...
Because we had made it across the...
Oh, yeah, no, we made it really far. But the thing was, on that whole side, there was cattails, so it wasn't like you could just hop out. But on the other side, there was, like, a little beach. Well, I say beach, but it was, like, a tiny little
landing.
Yeah, like, it was a small pond, alright? Like, it wasn't, like, a big lake or anything. I did not have a lake house. But
it was big enough, because people would bring their boats out there on fish. But it was still... I remember because our float was popped and there was a guy and his son on a boat.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't,
and they wouldn't come and help us.
It wasn't any. You couldn't bring like a motorized boat out.
No,
there. It was way too small for that. But yeah, they it started leaking air for some reason, and so we eventually our troubled little eyes looked down and we're like, oh my god, we're sinking, and we started freaking out. You know,
because we never knew how deep the lake was, and your little bitch ass pretended there was a giant monster in there, and I believed you.
That was mean. So, yeah, so we tried to shout to the guy, like, SOS! Like, you know, we're sinking, and they're just like, hi girls, have fun! It's like, oh!
And it's like, no, legitimately, like, come get us out of these cattails that we're inevitably sinking in.
Yeah, so I think we ended up making it back, right?
I think
like,
so.
We were, like, almost sunk by the time that we reached the shore.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What an ordeal.
God.
Yeah,
what other weird situations did we get ourselves in? That time we almost got kidnapped.
What?
With Kaylee, when it was, like, -degrees, and we were in sweatshirts, and we went
Are you talking about the time that they got the gun pulled on them?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wasn't around for that.
No.
The other time?
The time you, Kaylee, and I went down to the little shops in, like, Riverdale or whatever the fuck that area is called, and we were freezing our asses off.
Yeah.
And then we we were walking back home.
Yeah, we were walking on the railroad tracks.
And these guys, we were in her neighborhood, and these guys pulled up, and I was, like, going to a front door of a house because I didn't want to get kidnapped, and they opened the door, and then we saw cars and started jumping, and then they sped off.
I don't remember that bit. I remember from that night I was so fucking cold and my feet hurt so bad.
I remember I refused to walk, and we took turns taking rides in the shopping cart we stole.
Oh, yeah, that's right, we did! I forgot about that. Yeah, because we were walking from Kaylee's to Taylor's, which was like, God, how many miles is that?
I don't know, but we walked back.
To Kaylee's, did we?
Yeah, that's when we almost got kidnapped.
Well, we took the shopping cart back to Taylor's, though, because it was in that neighborhood, I remember that. And we would fucking, like, smash it into things with us riding inside of it. God.
How did we not get kidnapped sometimes?
I don't know. No, there was one time that...
How did I not die with all of my diabetic diseases and things?
I don't know. You did. And look at you now. No, there was one time that, I think it was Kaylee and Katie when...
Yes.
Yeah, they, like, were walking in the park at, like, midnight or 1 o'clock or something.
Oh, I remember they were high.
Yeah, they were. And they tried to cut through some guy's yard, and he thought they were, like, trying to rob him or something.
And he pulled a gun.
Yeah, and he pulled a gun on him and, like, you know, had him get down on their knees and, like, was, like, fucking yelling at them. And,
I
like,
remember
accusing
that.
them, and they were, like, fucking obviously freaking out, and they ended up, like, the cops got called and shit.
Yes,
like that.
they did.
Yeah, because it was just...
And I remember, was it Kaylee? I'm a good Christian girl. I'm never gonna smoke or do anything again.
Yeah. That was kind of her thing, was to say that and then, like, go and do things and then, like, be saved again, and I don't know,
You're bow-legged.
I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, no, I was not there for that one, but I heard about it because she was like, yeah, we got a gun pulled on us. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Who the fuck pulled a gun on you? They're like, I don't know, someone in our neighborhood.
Ugh.
It's like, how the fuck did
They
that
were
happen?
by the dam. I remember.
Was it? I thought it was in Kaylee's neighborhood.
Just nuts. Nuts.
It is nuts. I got into a lot of hijinks when okay, that's another thing I was gonna talk about, was, I used to, you know, like, going around playing around at night, you know, or just, like, in general, like, with the neighborhood kids, and, you know, I had Taylor next to me. There was that girl, Sierra or whatever.
Yes, I was talking about her the other day to my mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
We had Chinese food, and I surprisingly got a very healthy option, because I was like, I'm trying to eat better, and my mom did not. But I was like, hey, toss me a fortune cookie, and it made me think of that time.
Oh yeah, she had, like, a giant fortune cookie.
That was dipped in chocolate and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I remember she played a lot of The Sims.
She didn't leave her house much. Her grandma kept her inside a lot.
Well, yeah, she was incredibly sheltered. And that's what leads me to this, is, like, there was one time, you know, fucking me and Taylor, just being little shits that we are, we were all eating pixie sticks outside, and we were kind of me and Taylor were joking around. We're like, yo, it'd be wonder what it would be like if you snorted this, you know, whatever. And so her, being super innocent, was like, oh yeah, I bet it would smell good because candy smells good, you know, whatever. She wasn't thinking in the way that we were thinking, you know, with our, of course, we're like, drugs. And she's like, oh yeah, it would smell nice, you know, because
and burn the fuck out of your nose.
Yeah, so she fucking does it.
No, I bet Taylor was giggling her ass off.
We burst out laughing when she did it. It was so funny. And she shoves it up her nose and she sniffs it, and then she, like, immediately is like, oh, just, like, bat at her nose.
Oh.
She's like, oh my god, that burns. And me and Taylor are laughing. We're like, what'd you think was gonna happen? She's like, I thought it would smell good. We're like, no, just don't do that.
Oh.
But there was one time too that we were all, like, all of us in the neighborhood kids, we were, like, playing around, and we picked up pine needles and, like, kind of put them together in a little bundle in our hands.
Yes.
So all the points were facing outwards, and it was like a thing of, like, a tag game where we just, like, stabbed each other really hard with these fucking pine needles. It drew blood.
I bet it did. You know, I think my mom let me come over to your house when there were worse adult things going on than when you guys lived in the apartment buildings.
Yes, you were absolutely right. I am so, looking back, it's like, why did your mom let you hang out with us?
And my mom, okay, so, like, when you guys lived in the house and there was all that bad
the
stuff
the
meth going on, yes, she knew. But
I think it was pretty obvious.
Well, and my mom's like, yeah, they'd offered me stuff, and never meth, but they'd offered her, like, drinks or pot or stuff like that. But I said to my mom, I'm like, wait, you knew her parents were doing meth, and you let me spend every sleepover was at her house. And she's like, I always kept my phone next to the bed. I always answered if you wanted me to come pick me up. She's like, I knew they wouldn't hurt you guys. It's fine. She's like, I worked with drug addicts. It's fine.
It's true, though. They didn't. Like,
they didn't.
Yeah, but it was, none of my other friends were allowed to come over. Like, of the few that I had. Well, I suppose, Taylor was, but at that point we were a lot older and
yeah. Well,
different.
and I realized though, my mom let me come over to your house when like the meth was happening, and then when the meth wasn't happening, I still was allowed over a lot.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. I felt like it wasn't as frequently.
Like, oh, I don't
now
know
you guys are
her.
old enough to make your own drug choices. No.
More like, I don't want you to be
Around Taylor and...
Well, not even that. More just like, I don't think you need to hang out with more girls. And sleep over with girls. Like, those kinds of girls.
I don't think my mom knew at that point. Although when we were in high school, she asked if we were together. And I was like, what? No. Why? We haven't had a boyfriend in a while. I've had one boyfriend total.
Yeah. What do you take me for, Mom?
I still think my cousin's gay.
Yeah.
I think his girlfriend's a beard.
Maybe.
Or at least he's bi. I said that to Paul the other day.
Really? What did he say?
Well, because Jesse, my cousin, went over to my parents' house with his mom and stepdad, and he brought his girlfriend's dog over while she was at work because he was watching it. Mm-hmm. And my mom's like, oh, I'm really nervous to see how our dog does.
Oh, sure. Well, new dog. That can be a bad thing.
Well, and my parents' dogs have never been around little dogs. And Desi isn't a nice dog. She doesn't like other dogs, besides Trigger and Cooper.
Sure.
She got kicked out of daycare because of it. But apparently she did the dog, Paul's like, oh yeah, Jesse's girlfriend dog did just fine, no problems. I'm like, yeah, I think Jesse's gay. And Paul's just like,
what? Where did that come from?
And Paul's just like, and just left. Just left the room. It just is like he had nothing to say. He's just like,
why are you telling me this? I don't like this.
I just thought it was funny. My mom's like, just what Jesse does on drugs in his own time is fine, but he's not gay. I'm like, he's at least bi.
What kind of logic is that?
Drugs make you do things you wouldn't normally do.
Did
like
drugs makes your mom do things that she wouldn't normally do? Like, I don't get the...
Jesse did meth, and the meth made him like men shoving things up his ass.
Hey, you can be straight and like shoving things up your ass. Not dicks.
Well,
but,
and that's like I was talking with Will, and I was like, yeah, like, Jesse and that guy were holding hands, and Jesse said, not now, and he's like, well, maybe it's just because he's not gay. I'm like, fuck that. No. He said, not now. They're gonna hold hands and snuggle up later when I go to bed.
Wanna cuddle?
But hey, I don't blame Jesse for liking Matt. He was good in bed.
What?
I'm pretty sure we both slept with Matt.
Is that weird?
A little bit, but
Are you fine with this all being in there? If he hears it, he hears it. Like,
Jesse doesn't use social media that much.
He's too busy with his boyfriend.
His boyfriend's probably in jail.
Oh.
Because I know he got kicked out of treatment for doing methadone when he had been clean for 2.5 years.
Alright.
Yeah, because part of his probation was to go into treatment after getting out of prison.
Sure, yeah, no, it's just kind of interesting that it's methadone that he took, because, like, you know, that's what you take to wean off of it.
Well, somebody offered it, because they weren't giving him anything, he just had to, you know, do the classes, do the work.
Sure.
As part of probation, but somebody offered it to him, and he took it, and I'm like, well, why? Like, why would you take it?
Because he was making bad decisions?
Yeah, and so he told the group that he did it, and they're like...
no, and then they took him to jail?
Well, they kicked him out of treatment, and so then he had to do jail because of that. And it's like... How many things did you do? Because I feel like being honest once...
I don't know about that. My dad was saying one time he had to go to one of those mandatory groups, and he is not the kind of guy that likes doing that kind of shit, you know. So he was down there, and they're like, you know, like, oh, hey, Carl, how do you feel today? Whatever, and he's like, you know what? I'm fucking mad. I don't want to hear this bullshit, you know. Whatever, he went off about it, and yeah, some mixed reactions there.
I love your dad.
I know. Well, it's not even like he thinks that therapy is bullshit. He's like, it's fine. Like, you know, that works for some people, but I didn't need that right now. Like,
it's not what I needed at this point in time.
Yeah, it was just like, he was just mad.
Yeah, no, he's like, I just wanted to be honest with them because I realized I made a mistake, and then
That's too bad.
They said they'd had to think about it, and then they decided to kick me out.
Yeah, I've heard about things like that, though, is where they will admit to it, and then it's like, what?
And I think, I understand... But it's like, I think if they're admitting their mistake, that's a good thing.
You have to think, too, of, like, how jaded some of those counselors must be. Like, if they've been doing it for years and they've seen so many people relapse. I mean, like, it's the Midwest.
Well,
there's a lot of math around.
Like, I won't say it on the tape, but I told you about that one person that relapsed, right? That I had a lot of hope for.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can really do.
No, I was just like, okay.
I don't know. Mad's good now. He's just an old guy.
I just haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah, no, he's living in North Minneapolis. Because he just...
I thought about, once I learned that it was, like, you know, your nephew's birthday party, I was like, oh, I could have invited Carl and Kelly and them, but they would have been busy anyway.
Yeah, no, they would have been, because they were there for, you know, I'm sure they were there after, you know, everyone else left and stuff, too. But, yeah, no, my dad's a little more tired these days, but he's still the same.
Because he's getting old.
He is getting old. He's the same old...
Is he over 50 now?
Yeah.
How old is your dad?
I think he might be, like, 51 or 52.
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong about that, but he's at least over 50.
I can't believe... Sometimes I, like, realize how... Like, my mom's not old, but she's not young either. She's only 48, and I'm just like, oh, you're only 48.
Yeah, but...
She could have been 8. She's got a young face, but she just...
Just needs to work out a little bit more?
Yeah.
Well, she's working on it, right?
Well, and that's like, okay, I complain and I bitch. And there's some days where, like today, I ate and I
already said today's a special day.
Exactly. There are some days where I'll treat myself.
As long as it's not every day.
No.
Because if every day's a treat day, no day is a treat day.
Yeah. And that's like, even last night when Kyle and I went on our special date, I ordered something that was over my daily calorie limit, but I split my meal up. So
then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I made it so I still stayed within my calorie limit and saved half for
breakfast.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, no, my mom will bitch and complain about being fat and things like that. And her and I weigh the same.
Yeah.
But I think I just carry it differently because I don't look the way she looks.
No, wasn't she shorter than you?
No. She's taller than me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's not taller than me by much, but she's still taller. Get your booty hole off my lip of my bottle.
Just trying to kiss it. Goku, get the fuck out of here.
But my favorite thing was I complained to my mom. I'm like, oh, I'm feeling really big, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I ate a smaller dinner because I knew I had to have the munchies later.
Sinner, you need to fucking leave.
Hey, if I don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. You like that one?
Oh my god, I almost spat my water.
You like that one?
Yeah, I do, actually.
I got that one online. I saw it on Facebook.
Thanks, Internet.
Hey, I can't take credit for something.
No, that's good on you.
But no, so when we had the munchies, so my mom had, like, double the portions of dinner that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we had the munchies, she was complaining about being a fat ass as she ate half a bag of licorice. Then she had nachos. Then she had M&Ms.
Oh, God.
And then she had candies. And then here I am. I had one serving of almond Hershey Kisses, which is like 10 or so kisses.
Yeah.
And then I maybe had like 2 or 3 licorice ropes. So I was like, okay, that's...
Yeah, you like allotted yourself, I'll have that at this time and at this time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just remembered something.
What?
Keep going with your story, but I want to circle back to something.
Okay. But yeah, it's just, my mom bitches and complains, and like, here's me, I have a gym membership. I bought those...
Well, she has a gym membership.
That she hasn't
I'm
used...
just saying she does have one.
She does, and she hasn't used it since I did my big weight loss kick and lost over 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And so she hasn't used it since then. And so, like, I have a gym membership. I've been working out at home a lot more, but
my weights.
Yeah. I had to go to water bottles because the 5 pounds are too heavy.
Oh my god, Kat.
No. My boyfriend's like, just use the 5 pounds. I'm like, my arms get too weak.
Do just one.
That could work. Well, I figured I'd do, because I filled up 2 pop bottles with water.
You could do some body workouts, too.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'd start with, like, because I like to do the pop bottles while I'm doing my cardio and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm moving my arms like people can see what the fuck I'm doing.
You're flapping around like a fucking bird.
But, so I do that, and then, or, like, I'll start with the 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And if my arms start to get tired, then I'll go to the pop bottles filled with water, and then I'll go back. But,
It's so smart. It's smart. It is, but it's very funny.
I'm weak, okay? All my strength is in my legs.
Like, I got powerful Amazonian legs. I can't help it.
I do. One time I held Alex up during sex. Like, and you know what his reaction was? He's just like, I'm doing the airplane. I was like, fucking A. No, we're done. I let go of him and he fell. I have strong legs, okay?
It's funny.
But no, it's like, at least, like, I'll bitch and complain, but at least I'm doing something about it, and I feel like that gives me the right to bitch and complain.
Yeah, to an extent. But,
to an extent,
but
yeah.
Yes. If you're bitching when you haven't done anything to correct it, it's, yeah.
Yeah. And that's like my mom, I'm so fat, blah, blah, blah. I see her eat, like, 2,000 calories.
Like my old roommate kept coming upstairs for
and getting
more and more snacks.
10 different fucking snacks.
Oh my god. I don't give a shit if someone's fat. Like, I really, like, it doesn't affect me. But when they are actively talking about how they're trying to lose weight and how they're bitching about it not working, it's like, then maybe stick to it. Like, stick to your diet.
Well, and that's
like,
why I get frustrated with my mom. I'm eating so fat, but I'm drinking my detox tea. I'm like...
Is she under those fucking, like, shakes yet?
She gave me a package of this detox tea. It's called detox, but it doesn't actually detoxify you.
Well, that doesn't really, like, that's not...
And that's the thing. It's meant...
That shit doesn't do
It's meant to
anyway.
energize you and mildly... clean, air quotations, clean out your system, because it doesn't make you shit anything. It's just supposed to, like, kind of, like, pull shit from your system. She's like, oh, I'm drinking my tea, and I had a granola bar for breakfast, so I did good today. And then she eats a whole village.
Today, but not at the night.
No. And that's why...
a whole village. Like, she's a fucking, like, land beast. Like,
sometimes I sit there and have my munchies, and then I see her eating, like, 4 times what I ate, and I'm just like...
okay, allotment. So you said you allot yourself a certain amount.
Yeah.
It just reminded me, I totally forgot that I did this, but back in high school when I used to party a lot, I did this thing, because what I would do is I would drink really fast, like a ton, because I'm like, well, everyone else is drunk, I need to get drunk right now. And then...
Sorry that people are gonna hear that. I'm just slapping my new tattoo, don't mind me.
Jesus. So... Yeah, so, no, what I would do is I would say, alright, I need to, like, space out my drinks, because I keep getting, like...
Well, you are fucking lightweight, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so, I would drink a lot, or I would keep drinking more, because then I was like, well, I don't feel it yet, but then all of a sudden it would all hit me, and then, like, oh, I'm blackout drunk. And it's like, I can't keep doing that, that's a bad idea. So what I did was, I would write a timeline.
Oh, God.
Do you remember that?
No, because I was never there. The last time I was at a party with you, when we were teenagers, you yelled at me and told me you hated me.
What?
Because I wouldn't let you sleep in the same bed as the
okay.
girl you liked, and she didn't want to share a bed with you.
Oh. Well, that makes me feel kind of like an asshole.
So you're like, I hate you, I want to share a bed with her, and she's like, no.
Was it Katie?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Katie. Because she was drunk and you were drunk and you guys were like, I love you, I love you.
No, okay, that time, I remember that time because we were making out, alright?
You guys did make out.
We were
and I was just
we
like...
were holding hands and she was being really cute with me and I was whispering in her, I'm like, yeah, baby, you want to go to the bathroom? And she was not having any of it, alright? She was fine with kissing and stuff, but she's not gay. I didn't realize that at that time because I was a stupid little gay baby. So I was like, yeah, you want to go in the bathroom? Maybe like go lay down and
here's
stuff
me.
or whatever. Don't blame me.
I knew what was happening because
my poor gay heart.
Because remember, I was always your babysitter, and that's why I never drank.
She was kissing me.
And I started. That was the one night where I was like, oh, Ashley said she's not gonna drink a lot. And so I had a few wine coolers, and then all of a sudden I see you, and I'm like, all right, and this is where my drinking stops. Because you're like, Katie and I are in love, Caitlin, and I was like,
I'm so happy.
I was like, no.
I was like, it's finally happening. It's real this time. It's real.
My favorite, though, is you're like, I knew when she sobered up, it wasn't going to be that way, and it took only like an hour or so, and she's like,
yeah, I know.
And she's like, oh no, Caitlin, I don't want to share a bed with her, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then you're
she's
like,
gonna try and finger me. I don't want that.
My favorite. She's telling me this, I'm like, don't worry, I got it. You know, I'm the babysitter. I know my role. And And I'm like, come on, Ash, let's go to bed. No, I hate you. I want to sleep with Katie. And I'm like, get into bed. I don't wanna.
Oh, God.
And I was just like...
You have the patience of a saint.
That's why I'm going to be a therapist.
That's why you are a therapist. Come on now.
And
you're actively working.
That's true. But I'm working as a mental health practitioner. But
Whatever.
that's right when Alex and I first started talking too. So like that was his glimpse into my life.
Oh,
like
God.
this is happening. And I was like, I was gonna get drunk, but not anymore.
Like my gay friend's trying to molest my not gay friend. What do I do? I'm gonna yell at her because she's acting like a toddler.
Remember when you broke a table at Matt Gow's?
This is a weak table, alright? I wasn't a very big girl, alright?
You're still not a big girl.
No, but I'm bigger than I was. I filled
You're a
out.
woman now.
Yeah, I'm a full-grown woman. No, okay, yeah, but what I would do is so, I mean, eventually I stopped doing it because I learned to, like, moderate my liquor
That was
better.
funny, though. I never saw you ever do it.
What I would do is I would write it on my forearm, and I would do the hours that I was going to be up, so it'd be, like, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, up to, like, 2, I think.
So, like, a drink an hour?
Yeah, I would mark an X anytime I had a drink. Like, finish my drink, so that I could be like, should I get another drink right now? Look at my arm. No, I should wait a little bit. Or, like, yeah, it's been enough time.
Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Let me guess, that was the time with the hanger parties.
No, it was a couple times. That was when we used to hang out more at Katie's. And,
Oh, see, I never drank there. I was too scared. I remember, though, Taylor tried to teach me how to take my first shot. Because I was brave enough to try and take a shot.
At her house, that
was at Katie's.
I'm just saying, at Taylor's house, that was always very unsupervised.
Oh my God.
Like, her mom was always home, but she just kind of ignored everything that happened.
I remember it was after you and your first boyfriend broke up. The one that I had a crush on forever.
Yeah, Matt, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know what names we're saying and which ones we're not.
That's fine. As long as you're not saying last names, I don't really care.
Even though we said the other Matt's.
Yeah, you did.
It's because we always say his name and full name.
I can maybe believe it if I
Feeling
remember.
Not like he's gonna hear it.
No, well,
But-
apparently I'm infamous. God.
I don't think they hang out with him anymore.
No,
but-
I don't think they do either.
But, I remember that it was after you and Matt broke up.
Yeah.
And, this is when I still was like, I want to date you because I'm stupid.
Yeah, he's, it was a bit of a mess back then. I don't know how, I haven't talked to him in years.
He seems like he's doing really good now. Him and I chit-chat every once in a while on, like, Snapchat and stuff, and we ran into each other a few years ago.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh.
And you're like, hey, are you on meds now?
We were just like, oh, hey, we were talking, and, this is when Chris was in love with me.
Oh, no.
Pretty sure he still is.
Creepy Chris.
Creepy Chris, yes.
He had a lot of figurines that were pretty cool. I remember that.
I'm pretty sure Creepy Chris is still in love with me, but,
maybe. You attract these people, Caty.
Huh?
So you attract these kinds of people.
Hey, last time I saw him, I just went over for a friendly game of Uno, and he would not stop staring at my tits. All he had to say was, wow, they've gotten bigger, and it's like...
Oh my God, is that how he put it?
He's like...
He's
well,
staring at your tits and just like, they got bigger too.
Well, I was just like, yeah, you like what you see? We're playing Uno here, not stare at my tits. And he's like, they've just gotten so big.
Oh
and it's
my
like,
God.
Well,
what do you say to that? It's like,
well, I was just like, you know what? Alex said the same thing. Oh, you were around Alex? Like, yeah, we hooked up the other day. Just, you could see his little heart shatter.
I mean, I don't think you can let a guy down easy like that. Like that kind of guy.
He was like another whose biggest regret of their life I was.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
Oh, I don't remember either. But, yeah, fucking...
I'm happy Kyle's not creepy.
Yet. But I mean, hey, if he does become creepy, then he can be creepy Kyle.
Like, he could be creepy Kyle.
Goodness. Yeah, freaking... I keep thinking about that goddamn thing that you told me the other day.
Which
thing? Yesterday. Isn't that how you ran into, that guy that we used to hang out with? And he, like, talked about me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're infamous. With your pornos.
Yeah.
Well, not pornos, but your drawings.
Yeah, my hentai drawings. I think it's funny. Because it's like,
I wish you could have seen the look on his face. He just got that sly, weaselly...
How did it come up? Like, exactly. Do you remember?
I think...
Like, did he mention it, or did
No, I think I did.
Because you're like, oh, I'm hanging out with Ash tomorrow or something?
I was like, oh, yeah, Ashley does this. Oh, I know. And, he just had this sly fox smile on his face.
He's like, I know a secret, even though it's, like, totally not a secret.
Yeah, he's always just been kind of shady, I feel like.
Yeah, a bit.
And he always thinks he puts himself on this pedestal. It's like, you are a short little man who used to be pretty. He is not anymore.
I don't know, I haven't talked to him for several years.
He's too full of He's too full of himself.
Yeah, I can see that. His brother's super cool, though.
I know, that's why I wanted to take his virginity.
But, yeah, like, I kind of figured that he would know about it, because, like, I follow his brother, and then his brother, like, followed me back or whatever, so it's like, alright, like, clearly people would, in that circle of friends, know about my stuff, and know my new, like, internet handle, like, clearly.
Well, and
I've
that's
added
like,
some of them, like...
Well, and that's like he said he was tried to convince his brother to come, and it's like, oh, I wish he would have came. I would have had
I would have had a much better conversation with him.
I would have much more enjoyed talking with him than with you.
You might hear this then. She like, whatever. I don't care.
He deleted me off Facebook, like I give a fuck.
I suppose. I don't know. I haven't talked to him since,
and what's he gonna do, track me down?
I don't...
Shit talk me?
Yeah, I haven't talked to him since he was kicked out of our D&D group. He was being mean. Like, he was being very... Like, he was not being nice.
My favorite is the way he put the story. Yeah, they, like, kicked me out because they said I wasn't, like, nice and blah, blah, blah. It's like,
because I, like, wasn't being nice. He, like, actively called, someone else stupid.
Well, he's like, and it wasn't that great of a group anyway.
Oh, yeah, because the game that he ran was super fun.
Like I said,
Spoiler
he was
alert,
fucking cocky.
It wasn't. I remember because I joined it and then I kind of stopped going because it was not very
I remember,
fun.
he's just always been so cocky, and it's like, do you have a big dick? Is this why you think that you can
Why does that matter?
Because some men who have big dicks think they can just...
I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with, like it's good if you're really confident, but yeah, he did kind of have that.
He's like the not good confident. I don't know how better way to put that.
Cocky is the way to put that.
Yeah. Kyle's cocky too, though, but not in that shitty way.
I don't know. Cocky fuckboy.
Looks like he was dipped in a pile of grease and tried to dress nice.
Oh my gosh, Caty, stop it. You're being mean now. But that's kind of accurate. Oh god. I don't know, it's interesting. So, our 10-year high school reunion is gonna come up pretty soon. Yep.
Kyle's skipping his.
I had thought about it, but the more I think about it, it's like, actually, I do kind of want to go just to see.
At
least go to the first one to see how it is, because we had, like, this shitty, rinky-dink
I went to the 5-year one.
Yeah, you went with me, and that was interesting, and made me realize some things that I didn't realize how fucking beta I was in high school.
And how much you've changed.
Yeah, apparently. Well, part of the thing, too, is, so I got my first tattoos when I was in high school. But I was in my senior year because I turned 18, and I got it on my birthday. Like, I got my first tattoo immediately.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I want to be covered in tattoos, so let's get this started.
Which I'm surprised you haven't done sleeves yet, because you said you wanted to.
I do want to do them. I just, money. and money. And I've also just I haven't taken the time to spend and go out and, hire an artist to do it. But, no, I was actually thinking that I might get a band on my arm.
Which one?
What band? No, not like an arm band.
Oh.
Like on my forearm, and then like have maybe it be broken or something as like an anti-censorship thing, because I thought that would be kind of cool.
Fun little dumb fact that I know.
Yeah.
One, I don't remember which culture it is, but they say, like, how people will get like a ring of flowers that connects all the way around.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, in this one culture, they say if you have anything that connects, when you die, wherever you go off to when you die, say heaven.
Hell. Yeah.
Heaven, hell, wherever the fuck you're gonna go. If you have something that connects, you're not bringing that limb with you.
Oh.
So, like, if I had a thing that went around my whole ankle, I'd lose my foot, and
Fucking sweet, dude.
So that's just...
There's also a culture that says if you take a photograph of yourself, your soul gets trapped in it.
Oh God, I don't have a soul anyway,
All
because I
these
take so many selfies.
Yeah, I was just going to say all these millennials over here, and myself included.
You think any of us are going to go anywhere besides hell? If there is or isn't, which whatever.
Crossing that river of Styx, saying, hey buddy, I'm on the list, I know I am.
Look, I got all my limbs too. I didn't get any tattoos that connected. Because the guy that told me used to be one of our IT guys.
Okay, so what happens if you get a band around your, like an armband, and then you get a scar that breaks it? Does that count?
I guess
right? Or what if you get a scar, like you have some sort of injury, like your fucking arm gets chopped off, and like through the miracle of science it gets put back on, but you have a scar of a ring. Does that count?
I feel like it wouldn't, because he said specifically tattoos.
Okay, but is scarification, does that count as tattoos?
I don't know. I guess and I don't really talk to him that much last time.
Maybe you have, like, a phantom limb, you kind of sort of feel it, like, it feels like that asleep, and you're like, fuck, this sucks for eternity.
Well, and that's like...
I mean, in hell, that would make sense.
He told me, because he had a big armband tattoo, but he had just this tiniest, like...
So he was buying into it.
Yeah, so he, like...
He's like, I don't want to not have my arm, man.
When I die, I want all my limbs. So he kept on the inside of his arm, which I think he just didn't really want to tattoo the inside of his arm.
Yeah, it's sensitive.
But,
at least from what I hear.
I he kept, like, a centimeter or so mark in between, so it wouldn't connect.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the worst tattoo that you've gotten? Like, the most painful one you've gotten?
My thigh.
Yeah.
My thigh. And, like, okay, so this cat one, it's...
Yeah, on your ribcage?
Yeah, it's, like, originally I wanted it right here.
On your titty?
Not on my titty, on the side, right here.
Sort of.
That's the rib armpit area.
Like your armpit, whatever.
Yeah, like just below my armpit to the side of my tit. And that's originally where I wanted it, and he put it down here. He's like here, and he didn't want to call it my fat line. He's like on the line, like this area. I'm like, just in this general area,
like, yeah,
slap it on there. It's $20. Slap it on there. We'll see if I like where you place it. And I'm like, okay, that's not where I was thinking, but it's fine.
Yeah. And
the area where he did over farthest to my back, that hurt the most, but it wasn't unbearable. It was like...
Well, and that's interesting, too, because you have the top of your foot tattooed, and a lot of people say that that's the most painful
That
one.
was one of my easiest tattoos.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't have my feet tattooed, so I don't know.
I read a book the whole time, and that takes up almost the whole top of my foot.
I know. Fucking Amanda, she got one on her foot.
Oh yeah,
she like had him fill it in only part. Like it looks fine. It looks like it was supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
But partway through it, she was just like, I cannot have you fill this whole thing in.
I remember that because it's her zodiac sign.
Yeah.
And she's like, I was like, oh, I like that. She's like, yeah, there was supposed to be more, but I couldn't handle it. And then here I am.
Too, because she's got a lot of tattoos.
She does. She got a big thigh one too, in her
also
arm.
got a big rib one too.
Does she?
Yeah.
What's on her ribs?
Big ass pirate ship.
Oh, I forgot about the pirate ship.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw it finished.
No, I think that she was still getting it done the last time that I'd seen her. Because she was with a tattoo artist that was, like, an acquaintance, so, like, he wasn't charging her very much.
Oh.
And, like, it was kind of like a...
Hey, I gotta practice.
Well, I think it was like a, man, I really want to get this done, but he's doing it so cheap, I just, I'll take waiting for a long time.
Yeah.
For how cheap it is or something.
But yeah, no, I remember when I got my foot done, my tattoo artist was pissed.
Why?
Because I wasn't in pain.
He's a fucking sadist, dude.
He's like...
I suppose he's in the right profession for it.
Well, and he's one of Paul's my stepdad's really good friends.
Do you think he ever caught up to Stiffy? When, like...
I
don't know. Alright, maybe not him. But maybe there's a tattoo artist
that just gets joy out of causing people pain.
Yeah, I don't know.
And for me, I like to read a book when I'm getting tattooed.
Yeah, anything to distract you a bit.
Yeah, so
like I'm talking with a friend or reading a book or listening to music.
sitting there in the chair, burning through my Ellen Hopkins book, just burning through it, because they're short little.
Yeah, they're poems.
Yeah. And he just stops, and he doesn't go for a while, and I looked at him, I'm like, well, what's going on? He's like, what the fuck, Caitlin? And I was like, what? And he's like, you're not in pain. You're sitting here reading you're legitly reading this book. He's like, people bring books all the time, but they're in so much pain that they can't do anything but watch me tattoo and see how...
Did you just look at him and be like, yeah, boy, thug life?
And I was just like, what? It's just a tattoo. And he's like, what the fuck? You're this little girl.
Or look at him and just be like, I felt worse.
Well, and I was like, When I got my foot done, I was probably like 19?
Maybe. I don't know.
19 or 20. And he's like, you're this little girl. Like, you're this young woman. Why the fuck are you just sitting there reading a book? You should be in pain. And I'm like, whatever, Brian. It's fine.
Yeah, you're like, that's good. Just keep going.
And he's like, you are your father's daughter, aren't you? And I'm like,
I can't imagine Paul's... Like, even if he was in a ton of pain, I imagine he would try his best to suppress that.
Yeah, he's like, you are your father's daughter, aren't you? And then when he got to do my thigh piece, which is, like...
Yeah, it's big.
My whole side of my thigh, I rolled over, because I'd been, on my side, but, like this.
Yeah.
Reading, and I just rolled over, put my book on the counter, and just laid there, and he's like... He stops, he's like... What's going on? I'm like, it hurts so bad I can't even read. I'm just, hurry up and let's get this done, Brian. And he's like, holy shit, I am so happy. You are finally in pain. I've done
this. Like, this is fucked up.
And I was like, what? He's like, your back didn't hurt you, your foot didn't hurt you, but your thigh fucking hurts. And I'm like, it's because it's muscular, man, okay? It's the most muscly part of my body besides my ass.
See, my thighs hurt really bad too, but I had a different tattoo artist than the one that I normally got, and I don't know if it was the way that he was tattooing, but it was like, I was kind of shaking a bit because it hurt. Like, and I sit so well, usually too, and like, my sessions are usually like 2 to 4 hours long. Usually, like, I take
my
long
thigh
sessions.
took me an hour and 40 minutes, 2 hours.
Jesus, that was fast.
Well, he's a really fast artist, too. He just pounds them out. And he tattoos by the hour, so you think he wouldn't go so fast.
Well, but he can get more clients, so...
Well, and I, I'm one of his most faithful clients' daughters, so...
Well, yeah, and you've gone to him a lot, so...
Yeah, and my boyfriend's like, that's fucked up. No tattoo that big should take an hour and 40 minutes. I'm like, why? It's good. It's the way I wanted it.
Yeah, no, if it can
and
be
he's
fast,
like,
then that's good.
Nobody should go that fast. He's like, that's just wrong. Something ain't right. And I'm like...
You're like, yeah, he made a pact with the devil.
It's just like, it's fine. I mean, I probably won't go to him again because he's older, and I don't think he tattoos that much anymore.
Yeah.
I think he just sticks to the...
Well, and I think, too, that the guy that did my thighs, like, he'd been doing it for a long time. I think, honestly, he's a bit jaded, because, like, he did not do as good of a job as I was hoping that he would.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that I hate him, but it's just like... Or hate the tattoos, but it's just like, I've seen you do better work. And, like, you said that this is one of your favorite things to draw, or to do, and it's like, it doesn't... Like, if you would look at it, you wouldn't be like, wow, I bet the artist, like, really loved doing that. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, this was my artist's first time doing watercolor, which it wasn't what I was expecting, but this is probably my favorite tattoo on my body, even if it wasn't what I was expecting. I really like the way it turned out.
Yeah. I don't know what my favorite is.
Yeah, it's hard for me. And, like, I really like my 2 little $20 tattoos. I didn't think I would like my little pig on my ankle as much as I do.
You named him.
My mom named him.
Yeah, but you kept the name.
Yeah. She wants me to get a little line with a spider so it can be Charlotte and Wilbur. I'm like, no. I was thinking of doing 2 more pigs in different styles, or similar styles, but different expressions.
Yeah.
To tie it in with my Pink Floyd tattoo. But,
yeah.
But, because the cat's fine and all, but nobody really sees that, and it's, like, it's cute, and it's nice.
Well, see, I don't care if, like, no one,
well, and that's like, my mom, nobody's gonna see that. I'm like, that's fine, it's for me, it's not for anybody else.
It's my little secret.
Yeah. It's like, it's for me, my boyfriend, and anybody that sees me with a shirt off or whatever.
I feel honored.
But, I don't know, I really like my little pig. He's simple, and he's cute, and he just makes me think of a little pig waiting for food. Like, just like... And I really do like my sunflower. Kyle told me he could not tell what my Ouroboros was. He's like, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
To be fair, it's pretty faded. I bet, though, if you went over it with, like, an outline...
See, that's what I was considering doing.
Yeah, I think that would look nice.
Because, yeah, it's faded. I mean, I also know what it is.
It's like one of your first tattoos, though.
Yeah, I got it almost 10 years ago.
10?
I got them when we were 18.
Yeah, you ain't 28 yet.
I said, yeah, almost 10.
Okay, almost.
Yeah, I said it almost 10 years ago.
It's like, okay.
3 more years.
Alright, fine.
But yeah, I said, should I go get these 2 touched up? He's like, no, I'd wait. And I showed him the original picture of my diabetic tattoo, and he's like, holy shit. I'm like, she wasn't a great artist. the guy that did all my other tattoos was originally supposed to do these two, but he
Oh.
never showed up to the shop.
Well,
And so Paul didn't even get our tattoo artist that we were expecting. So I got the new chick who ended up getting fired from the shop.
Oh.
And Paul got a different guy who was also new, but that guy was much better.
Yeah. I don't know,
So, like, sometimes I wish I had waited till I could have had that artist do these two. But, you know what? Tattoos always fade.
They do, yeah. I don't know. I would say, so the most painful for me would either be between my thighs or the one on my fucking tit.
I remember when you got up to take a
my
break and you had
God.
pools of sweat.
Oh, that was so difficult. Well, so it was like, because I got two, for those who don't know, I have two tattoos. Well, I have a big chest piece, but then I have two other chest tattoos that are around my titties, and like on them. And so when I was getting it done, obviously I had to be topless or whatever, which like is fine. I don't care doing. Like, I'm getting a tattoo. It's not really like that big of a deal. And oh my God, it was just, there was one section of it that like anywhere, like the way that your nerves work.
Was it the part that was going up on your boob?
Yeah. So the part that was going up on my tit, it was like that whole area. Like I didn't feel the pain where the needle was going. I felt the pain directly in the center of my nipple.
Ugh.
And it, like, no matter where she moved in that area, that's where the pain focused, because of how, like, the nerves were. So it was just like, oh my God.
That just... I mean, I like my nipples being played with, so... But I can't imagine that kind of...
That's different. It hurt really bad. It was oh man, it was really tough, but I sat through it fine, but yeah, I was sweating so much.
Was it an owl that Cody got, and he... on his ribs?
Yeah.
And he's like, I just feel it in my nipples.
And I was like, yeah! Yeah, you do! Oh my God. It's weird how that works. Siege was telling me how he got a tattoo on his back, and like when it went kind of near his shoulder, he felt it in like his elbow.
Yeah, isn't that weird? No, I felt really bad because, so the part of the cat that's closest to my back,
yeah,
it would make my arm twitch when and he's like, "Are you okay? Are you fine?" Because I disclosed that I'm diabetic.
Oh sure, and you're like, no, I'm not going into like a seizure or something.
Yeah, and literally every other minute, "Are you fine? Are you doing okay? Are you fine?" And he didn't ask Will that many times. He didn't even.
Will's not diabetic.
Well, and it was Will, and I was like, listen here, and I didn't mean to sound rude, and I probably did. I was like, you're doing number 6 and number 7 today. You can't, because I was wearing pants that day. I'm like, my whole thigh is tattooed, my back is done, my top of my foot is done. He's like, really? And I showed him my foot done. He's like, oh wow, your whole top of your foot's done. I'm like, an outline is nothing. Let's go. These are $20 tattoos. I'm fine.
You're like, it's a flash sale. Get to flashing.
Yeah. Well, and then like when my arm twitched, oh my God, are you okay? Mm-hmm. It's like, it was a reaction. I've never had that part of my body tattooed before. Yeah. So I didn't know how I was going to react, but it wasn't, I think it definitely would have hurt if I had gotten it by my boob much closer than like I wanted.
I felt it right in that nip there.
Oh God. So I'm happy that he moved it down, but still I was a little irritated. He's like, "Are you okay? You doing fine?" It's like,
fine.
Yes, I'm fine. I have my whole thigh done and a big chunk of my back done. You should just go.